enjoyable about Spain since they started winning?
I think what's been enjoyable is that what they've done is they've proved a lot of people wrong in terms of, especially me. I used to wind the Spanish players up when they first come. I said, oh, you can't win nothing. You're not fast enough, you're not strong enough. Okay, tiki-taka. But I think what they've done, because at that time also you had maybe the French team, maybe Petit, Vieira, these big, powerful, Thierry Henry. I think everyone thought that's what you had to do. So I think it's been great for the whole of football now to say that it's not all about physique and power. There's something that we get labelled in the English game. All we look for in the kids is who's the fastest, who's the biggest, who's the strongest. I think what Spain have done is, for everyone in world football, not just in Spain, I suppose, is to say it's about the football. You know, and I think that's been a great thing. What they've changed, the perception of how or what you need to win.
When I talk to these players, there's a different view about whether you can transplant it or not. And one of my points about writing the book is that I genuinely like to see Scotland, England, Wales, England included, putting a value on the ball from kids, but also in the Premier League as well. Do you think there's a will in our islands to copy it, to learn at all levels, or are we never going to lose our warrior status?
I think what you want to do is you always want to marry the two. It's getting that balance. You can never lose that warrior thing. That's your culture. It's in your nature. You grow up with that. That's just the supporters want to see that. Your own father, you want to see that in his own son. But it's getting that mix. And I think there is. I think there's a change. I've been fortunate. The club I grew up at was always been that type of club, a footballing team who had to pass the ball. I was quite lucky really. It's not something that's throughout the nation. But I think now in the last 5 or 10 years, and I think a lot of it is down to Spain and Barcelona. I think we watch so much of Barcelona, especially. You know, we see them on Sky, we see them in the Champions League, and you see the best. You want to play like the best. And as I said before, that it was maybe French and you know, the Germans before that. But I think the way Spain and even the way they're playing is the fact that it's so much on TV and televised now. In England, we watch Barcelona every week. Before you may have seen what Cruyff had. You see the goals of Cruyff's team, you know, the dream team before on Eurosport or something, but now you see the full game, you can watch it properly, all the big games there. I think you feel as if you're watching players from your own league, you see them that often, and I think when you see the best, and I think there's teams that change football. There's only 5 or 6 teams that change everyone's way of thinking. You know, we mentioned maybe Real Madrid in the 50s, you got, you know, the Cruyff and Bayern Munich in the 70s, maybe even Liverpool in the 80s. Maybe I think a lot of teams did copy the way Liverpool, you know, went about winning those European Cups. But I think the Barcelona team now, I think, has sort of changed football, the way everyone wants to play, how we want our full-backs to play. In England now, we've done something on Monday Night Football about the whole midfield player like Busquets dropping in as like a centre-back. This is something that 7 or 8 teams are doing in England now, and it all comes, I think, from Busquets doing that from, you know, for Spain and for Barcelona. And I just think the game's always evolving. You're always looking at the best, and you're always going to copy their techniques.
The final thing is we share I never quite won the Champions League, but we do share something. It's admiration for Xavi as a person in football. And during the interview, you spotted it early. You spotted it when he wasn't playing for Spain. Over his career, what is it that you've enjoyed about this guy?
I love the fact that to play at a club like Barcelona, I know myself being at Liverpool, probably not as much pressure playing at Liverpool as there is Barcelona. I wouldn't say that. It's not easy to go there as a young player. He said it was difficult for him at times when he was a young player, and it was the same for me. Because when you grow up at a big club, you get a lot of players you bring in and you buy them in the 24, 25 and they're fantastic. But you buy them, they're at the peak years. You don't see them when they're 18 and they're having an up and down time at maybe some lower team or whatever it is. When you play for the top club from the age of 18, you're in the spotlight straight away, and there's a standard expected. So to play at a top club for that long, but also with that quality, and also being there, the best probably Spanish player, maybe can't say the best Barcelona player because I think there's someone else who plays in front may get that, but and also the position he plays, he's the conductor in the team, you know, conducts the orchestra if you like. He's everything goes through him, and he's the player. Him and Iniesta, the 2 players for watching Barcelona or Spain. I also say to him, son, look at them play, because you get kids who play and they're always trying to do a difficult thing. You've actually watched them we're talking about 2 of the best players in world football. They never do anything stupid, never do anything that why did he try that, or They always play the right ball. It doesn't have to be the Hollywood pass or the difficult one. They play the right ball. So sometimes that's long, sometimes it's short, sometimes it's one touch, sometimes it's, I think they say half a touch. Yeah, you know, it's... So watch the way he plays. He's always got the ball. He's always got his body in between the player and the ball. Simple things, and it's not simple. That's why they're so special. But the thing I love about them too, especially Xavi, is the fact that they never... It's not about themselves. It's always about the team, the way they play. They always play the right ball for the team, not a ball that it looks good.
Well, that's something that you shared. That's evident that made you successful. But we're going to let you go.
Okay.
We put a lot into it.
Right.
Enjoy the book.